Hi guys! I wanted to make this year-end video because I didn't want to forget anything that I wanted to say, and I felt that this was the right moment. Let me start by saying thank you so much to all of you who has changed my life in the last year. 2021 was indeed very, very, very challenging, but it is one of the most remarkable years of my life. This year alone, I went from I'm still normal, a normal Filipino citizen living in Caraga region, a nobody, who was invited to Malacanang to meet with the president alongside my son. And since that day, I made a promise to the president that I would participate, not necessarily as a part of government, but participate in running what I believe is the right thing to do as a Filipino citizen, being loyal to this country and loving it the right way. And along the way, I have met enemies who oftentimes come in sheep's clothing, and I have survived them all. And along the way, I've also met friends who I look up to and inspire me to keep on doing what I do. But most importantly, I'd like to thank those people who support me in every single endeavor that I plan and stand by me in every one of my decisions. I cannot even begin to be grateful for the people who send me messages every single day. Though some of them not so nice, but most of them are the reasons why I keep on fighting for what is right. It's not a very easy job to risk my life for this country. It's not a very easy job to be a single mother and still fight for what I believe is right. It's not an easy job to do what is hard just because no one else can do it. It's not easy to be a woman and yet do all these things on my own. Sometimes it does get lonely, but oftentimes I am reminded that if not me, then who? And if not now, then when? Oftentimes I am reminded that if I do not do this, then I do not set a good example for my son. I want him to inherit a legacy of somebody who is strong enough to speak her mind and build her own convictions. That's why it is laughable to me when people say that I am corrupt or that I corrupt. I was not born poor, not in soul and spirit, and most certainly not with money. I started traveling the world at 7 years old. I know what the Nobel Peace Prize is, and I was in Paris and New York in 2018 and 2019 respectively. I've tasted one of the most expensive foods in the world, and I have had the privilege of being in enough places that are very, very, very wealthy, and I fit right in. But at the same time, I also fit right in the people who have lost everything and have nothing. I fit right in with them because I understand struggle. It is not a novelty na naghihirap ako. Hindi ko naman din pinili ang paghihirap na to. I just feel na lahat dapat ng nasa buhay ko ay pinaghihirapan. Ayoko kasi ipakain sa anak ko ang perang nakaw. Kaya sa inyo na nagsasabi na ninanakaw ko, like for example, those donations, hiyang-hiya naman po sa inyo ang lola kong mayaman. Nakakatawa po na ako hindi po bago sa akin na makahawak ng bundle na blue na pera. I just got tired because money cannot buy the things that matter most to me, like love and romance. What matters most to me is my integrity. And it's so often laughable that people who are twice my age have done nothing with their lives. And at 33 years old, I feel like I have achieved so much. I can barely fit it in my 5-foot frame. So there is really not much that I want for this new year, except that I am very, very grateful to still be alive. If in case you want me dead, then you could try harder in 2022. But remember that I may not be a fake hero, but I do agree with what he said, that the Filipino is worth dying for. I don't need to be a part of government to defend it with all of my life. I don't need to be a part of government to stand with the Philippines and fight for it. I don't need to be a part of government to know what is right from wrong, and I will not need to be a part of government to condone corruption. I will speak to the corrupt because I am against the corrupt. Why? Because back when the corrupt had nothing, I was already wealthy. My family owned businesses. They still do. I just don't associate with them anymore because our inclination, me to public service and them to business, are very much different. That's why I speak on the corrupt, because when they were low-ranking members of this government, I had already lived and grew up in a 1-hectare house with a gate thrice their height. And now they lead one of the richest provinces in the Philippines, and their people are very, very, very poor. So when I speak on the corrupt, I have every right to. And if it wasn't for President Duterte, I wouldn't speak on a platform as wide as this and have people listen and trust me. So you can say that I am a purveyor of fake news, but nothing about me is fake except for my nose that you seem to like to insult. For this year, I'd like to remind you that me being this way is not going to change in 2022. In fact, it's going to get worse. Why? The elections are coming, and if I have to remind all of you of what is right and what is wrong, and what should be and what shouldn't be, this is not the time to stop. In fact, this is the time to get better. So I have this to say. Thank you so much for believing in me. I have believers and supporters and friends of mine that are very, very, very valuable to this country. And I believe that anything is worth that. Doesn't have to be equated to money. Friendships matter more to me. The people I have met and those people who hold me in high regard are those that are most important to me. It isn't every day that the president knows your name. Most senators do as well. And even those who are corrupt know my name because they know that they have somebody to be afraid of. And so you may file all your cases or you may say all your lies. I've been through worse and back. And I'm still Magno. And you should be more worried than me. Because I will always say what I feel is best, and I will always do what is best for this country. And if you stand in my way, I'm not going to adjust. Ingat, and have a happy new year ahead. Mwah.